Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, WikiTree. How is everybody doing today? Do we even have anybody here this morning?
I have not even checked.
It says we have one viewer at the moment. Who are you? Who is watching? Maybe it's Mags having the tab open. She's watching herself.
Nope, not today. All right.
So
How are you today, Sarah?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, is it sunny? Is it sunny down there? Hey, Mark.
Mark Bennett says Mark Bennett.
Hi,
Mark.
We could have had a lag.
I know. Yeah. We have 6 viewers now. Yeah, we have a lag.
Hey, Nathan. Ariati. That's a cool name. Hi,
is that what is that Italian?
Italian?
Yeah. Italian? That's what I'm thinking.
Hi, I'm Nathan Ariati.
Whoa! Oh, look there. Oh, just a whole bunch popped up.
Robert Bauman.
Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy. But I almost said
Bayou State.
Chris Ferriallo.
Hail and Horns.
He's Italian. Utah.
He's cool.
Isabella Racino is here.
The bayous The bayous are on the rise.
Uh-oh, somebody's listening to some Cajun music.
I was playing some Animal Crossing before we got on.
Some what?
Animal Crossing.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Azure.
Hey, Azure. About time, lady. Howdy from New Mexico. You're up early. There are other people in the world who are not up from New Mexico. Or Utah.
Yeah. California, that side of the...
Yeah. So if you're here from the western part of the world or this hemisphere, we're proud of you.
Yes. Very proud.
Oops. Boy, it's morning.
It is. I didn't actually have coffee yet. I got lazy. I made some toast though with butter and jelly.
I had cereal. And I almost had a coffee disaster this morning, so we're glad I have coffee.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Chris needs to visit my island on Animal Crossing. And then he has a WikiTree logo that he made so you can put on your flag or you can just put it all over the ground. I'll make my island gonna be WikiTree Island. There you go.
That's funny. I don't need to check out that game. I have too much going on in my life to do that, but it sounds like great fun.
It is. There's no real, it doesn't have an objective really, so just kind of like chopping trees, catching bugs, catching fish.
Do you eat the bugs?
No, but you can eat the fruit. You can donate the stuff to the museum, and it's just living a chill life,
Living a chill life on Animal Crossing.
Yep.
What animal do you have to be an animal on that?
No, you're a human, but all your other neighbors are animals. Everybody else is an animal.
You're a human.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And my character has a mask right now. She's being safe.
Chris wants you to send him your friend code on Facebook.
You know what? We just have.
And then he said something about posting videos, so I'm not sure how much you really want to do that.
Any other WikiTreeer who has Animal Crossing, just have a WikiTree get together. That'll be fun.
On Animal Crossing, what do you do? Get in your little boats and row to another island and have a party?
No, you go on the plane.
You have a plane on your island?
Yeah.
Your island is big enough that you have an airport?
A little airport.
Do you do one of those rocket takeoffs?
Good morning. And Billy K. Faber.
And I like her comment. I do WikiTree. I like that.
We all. Oh, Nathan plays Pokemon Go. I've stopped playing Pokemon Go.
I liked Pokemon Go until some weirdo walked into my backyard, which is not an easy thing to do, to grab a Pokemon out of a tree.
Okay.
All right. We're glad you're laughing, Chris.
So since we have some more viewers now, let's get on to, you want to do the question of the week first, Mags?
Sure. The question of the week this week is, do you have a favorite maternal ancestor? You have a favorite story about maternal ancestor? Let's find the right one and I will share it. All right. Are we sharing?
Yes.
There we go. I'll move my screen. Do you have a favorite maternal ancestor story? Please share it. And Frank Gill, it's the shortest answer, but it's a fun one. My maternal grandmother spent time in a jailhouse. We knew it all along, Frank. We knew it. Her father was the county sheriff, and where they lived was a part of the building. So can you imagine being a kid and having the trustees from the jail cleaning up the yard or doing whatever work that they would be doing around the jailhouse? Interesting. Grandma Aunt Phoebe was ahead of her time in rescuing cats and dogs. And she talks about, this is from Alexis Nelson, she talks about different cats and one that she really had to chase a lot, so they named it Chase. My great-grandmother, this is from Eric Weddington, my great-grandmother, Jessie Longan Thompson, would always tell us a story about her and her siblings going over to their grandparents' house. Her grandfather, John, was suspected of running with the Jesse James gang. Now, that's a pretty good story. When he was younger, or at least that's how the story goes. No evidence yet to prove this, but there's evidence that he attempted a bank robbery when he was very young. But that's not about your grandmother. That's interesting. Grandmother never saw her grandfather wash clothes, but he would throw out their clothes when they got too dirty. That's a silly little story. Jewish ancestry immigrated to the U.S. during the Huguenot migration. That's interesting. Maybe she didn't know that she had Jewish ancestry, and maybe she converted to Lutheranism. Let's see. Morris Day Lauren, and this one is from Keith Cook. She was a librarian and chaplain at the Framingham Women's Reformatory in Massachusetts for a couple of years. So interesting. She has a couple of letters about coming out and doing stuff. It's great picture, great article about her. Doris May Lindsay. She was a healer. This is Susan Edgar's favorite story. She was a healer and she healed rickets in babies. She was a German immigrant who arrived in Pennsylvania. To treat children brought her, she would first bathe them in a tea made from flowers that looked like wild snapdragons. And then she said prayers over them. She'd put lime water, the mineral, not the fruit, in their bottles and then put them naked in the sun, which provided calcium and vitamin D. Interesting remedies there. Don't try this at home, folks. Let's see. Talking about being on board a ship, Jeanette Hogan married. People have lots of really good stories. Here's one from Annabelle. My grandmother was quite a lady. Her marriage to my grandfather imploded when he had an affair. In an effort to keep the family together, he suggested they move to the island, maybe over there with Chris and she agreed and told him to head there first. He left and she stayed. I bet that's a wives' tale. She opened a Venetian blind business that eventually failed. She owned more than a few people money. She worked hard and paid every single one of them back. My mother always talked about how great she was. That's a cool story. And then Chris Ferriello, got to read Chris's. My grandma Natalie. What, you're Italian and you called your grandma Natalie? Isn't there a word in Italian you usually call your grandma? Collected creepy dolls. Of course she did, Chris. Of course she did. So creepy and lifelike that their eyes seemed to follow you around wherever they went. She even put a few of them in the bathroom. That made doing your thing so awkward. There's something to be said about waiting for you, waiting when you go home, waiting till you went home. One time my parents and I were visiting for some party and I asked her about the dolls. She smiled and told me that they come to life and to behave myself in her house or else they'll get me. My face must have gone white because she, my aunt, my mom, and my cousins all started laughing. When she passed away, did you inherit all of them, Chris? And now they're all in your closet, so you open your closet to this great... No, I'm just kidding. When she passed away, all of the cousins were asked if they wanted the doll collection. They ended up being split up and went to various female cousins' homes. I told them the dolls were haunted. They believed it because no one wanted the dolls. We all thought they were creepy, all of us. I think they're all in storage now. Bonus round, my mother informed me of this time my great-grandmother, Clara LaPlante, went to the paternal grandparents for dinner. She had a ton of fried calamari. She said she loved calamari but hated squid. Calamari is squid. Those are some of the questions.
And Chris said that grandmother was French Canadian English.
So. Okay. All right.
Off the hook.
We'll give you, but that would be Nan here. Nan. That's what French Canadians call their. Yep, Nan.
Mm-hmm. So, thank you everybody for sharing question of the week about your maternal ancestor. My favorite story kind of ties into, we tied that kind of into Mother's Day. As mothers, at least for some countries, it was Mother's Day last Sunday. So now we have our profile of the week. The great Ritchie Valens, rock and roll musician. He sang La Bamba. La 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 bamba.
La 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 bamba.
And as I'm sure as many of you know, he died, what was it? 18?
He was very young.
Yeah, he wasn't even 20 yet. In a plane crash with two other musicians on the day the music died with Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper. February 3rd, 1959. He was his ancestors were Mexican. But he changed his last name, as you guys see, from Valenzuela to Valens. And he went from Richard to Ritchie. He learned all of the music. He played the guitar, trumpet, drums. He had a band in high school called the Silhouettes. And he also sang Come On, Let's Go. Donna.
I think that was one of my mom's favorite songs, Donna.
Yeah, and then I'm sure. So the song American Pie is memorializing Ritchie and the other two artists that died in that plane crash.
But that was not written by Ritchie Valens.
No, it was by Don McLean.
McLean, yep.
McLean.
It's one of the longest songs ever written.
Really?
Yeah, it's got like two sides. You would buy the album, and the first side would be on the front side of it, and the second side would be on the back side of it. Kind of like You Can Get Anything You Want. Alice's Restaurant. I had to sing it before I could. Alice's Restaurant's another really long one.
Isn't that one by Queen fairly long too? The Bohemian Rhapsody. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't think it's as long as those two songs. No, but it's never mind. I'm not gonna say.
And so also Richie was posthumously inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2001.
Boy, it took him a long time.
Yeah, what, 50, about almost 50 years.
You're mathing again, Sarah.
40 years. I was just 40-ish years took him to get into the Hall of Fame. Sorry. So, and there's our profile of the week, Richie Valens.
Ooh.
Go listen to his music now. Now you have to.
I should have played Donna while we were talking. Maybe I'll find it.
Well, we also don't want to get blocked on Facebook. Sometimes they're weird about that.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the only reason I didn't even think about it. But we could sing it. It's not as bad.
No.
Now let's look at our photos of the week, which was celebration.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
This one looks like they're having with all their hats. Nice celebration. I love seeing hats.
You think it's Easter?
Wedding photo
of Jack Reeves and
Hannah Hennings.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's more. Oh, somebody actually put information in. That's cool.
Yeah, I would suggest everybody who's uploading a photo, you put the comment on either story or while you can tag people in the image, you can list like from left to right in the comments, which is always helpful for people coming who are not you, who don't know anything about this photo, to give them some details.
And you can also, and she's done it, you can also tag the other people in the photo by putting their WikiTree ID in there, over there to the right. So nobody can see my cursor. I was pointing.
Yeah, see, like this one?
Yes.
The only thing is you don't know who is who in the photo, so that's why you should want to make a comment. So people, if you know, maybe you don't know, but that's a lot of people. It's like probably a family reunion. Yeah,
and
family
those are
reunion.
halls. Where are they from?
New Hampshire.
Oh, okay.
Portsmouth, New Hampshire. This was in 1957. Looks like fun. Retirement articles. That's the cause for celebration, retirement. Assumption teacher retires. Is that a kind of class? A kind of type of teacher?
Eleanor Assumption School. That's the name of the school.
Oh.
Oh, yes. It's early, Sarah.
Well, I saw only this part for Assumption teacher. Honor Assumption school teacher. Okay.
Just
family celebration of
a lot.
50th anniversary. That's a cute photo.
It is.
'95th birthday.
Wow, she looked really good.
For 95, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Eunice
Henning.
Done been moon.
From Ohio, Harrigan siblings.
We have one in our family where one of the sons didn't show up to his mother's birthday. And so somebody actually took it and glued his picture in with it. So that picture is displayed in everybody's house now with the glued picture in
That's
it.
funny. I guess it's kind of like what now people can do is you get the cutout of the person who can't be there and you put the cutout in the photos. A 50th wedding anniversary. How cute.
And aren't they cute?
Uh-huh. Look at that. Look at her. Look, they're so happy. Christmas in the Stair home in the 1930s.
Wow, that's cool.
Trudy and Jack Stair, Stanley and Jane Smith, Martin, Marion J. Urban, and Lucille Stair.
I love that. Look at the toys.
I know.
And the icicles on the tree.
That's a good photo.
And all the Christmas cards on the mantle.
Mm-hmm. And also, it's never a bad idea to include the writing when you're scanning the photo.
Yeah, or the back of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite one so far.
That's a good one. Definitely. Oh, look, the maypole.
Maypole dance. Do you
1913.
like Sarah?
I
You sounded so excited.
I did it in camp, but they had them. It's fun to go around with the string.
Yes, it was.
They kind of look miserable, like that. I don't know.
Well, they're all
like,
wearing their Sunday best.
They're all like, "Oh, we really had to take a photo."
I bet the pole looked beautiful when they were done.
Probably, yeah. They look like they were about a third done there.
Gets harder and harder the lower you get, and they had on all their Easter dresses and clothes, so they probably didn't want to finish it, which is why they probably looked unhappy. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
This is 5 generations in one photo.
Wow. 5.
5. That doesn't happen often. You sometimes stretch 4, but 5. This was in Australia in 1924.
Wow.
That's
wow.
cool. That's Beverly. If you ever see this, you should tag the rest of the people that are in this photo.
Mm-hmm. That's a great picture. I wonder if people realize that we go through all these photos when we're doing our Saturday morning thing.
I don't know. A wedding photo.
That's an interesting perspective. The photographer shot the door. You know, it's kind of looking down up.
Yeah. And the way that it was scanned or photographed of the photo as well is, I think, also throws it off a little bit. Is this 2 weddings at once? No. What? I don't know. I'm not 100%.
That's a very interesting thought. Maybe that was the mother of the groom and his escort or her escort, or maybe it was 2 weddings.
So they both have a bouquet.
They sure do.
Maybe they went one right after the other. We need the story. I need the story.
Good eye. Was this put up in G2G?
Let's see.
We'll find out.
A birthday party and 60th wedding anniversary. Cute. Now let's look at the G2G. I really want to know that story. Oh, here's another photo we didn't see. Came home at the end of World War II. John Rammel. Yes, that's him. John and his new wife, Lillian, were joined in celebration by many relatives. I am the youngster in the middle of the back row.
Oh, how cute.
Wilson. This is the 95th birthday. She's at her daughter's home with her daughter behind her, along with 3 grandchildren and spouses and her 5 great-grandchildren.
That's the 90th birthday party, right?
Yeah, she is still driving her car, cooking, and working in the garden like she always did.
Oh, there's the Eleanor Assumption school teacher again.
This is the wedding.
That's a cute picture too.
Yeah, I do like that one. This is my dad with his siblings. They were spread across the country, and when they would manage to get together, it was always a celebration.
That's good.
This is the 50th wedding anniversary. My great aunt Dora celebrating her 95th birthday.
Yay!
Oh, this was the 50th wedding celebration. Oh, look at this one.
That's a nice, cool one. Lucille. There's a picture of Lucille.
This is an interesting. Wait, I think it got cropped.
That's an odd photo.
I think it got cropped.
Wait. Go. Can you get it all on one screen? No.
No.
I have to look at the whole picture to be able to say.
But I think because they probably put the whole picture, there's probably more that's getting cut off by the or maybe it's just a weird, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's the weird angle of how they actually scanned it or took the photo of. It looked, yeah, it's very interesting to say.
It's nice. It's nice, very nice quality, very crisp.
Yeah.
Unfortunate that whoever wrote on it.
Yeah.
But
well, at least we know who Lucille is. Oh, there you go. Albert and Lois Johnson Whittingham
got married together with Albert's sister, Marilyn Whittingham, and her husband on November 19th. It was a double celebration of love.
Fun. You hit that one on the nail on the head.
Using my powers of observation.
Or your powers of assumption.
The Assumption School. I guess I went to the Assumption School.
You did.
Okay, that was the last one.
But that looks like a wedding cake. Is that an anniversary?
But it's a wedding anniversary celebration. Yeah. I guess they're like, let's just get a wedding cake and call it a day.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go back and look at that other picture full screen. Figure that one out.
Open image and new tab. Oh, look, there we go. I figured it out. See what? It did get cut off.
Oh, yeah.
We know who Doris, Alice, and Vincent.
Gotta know who all those people are. That's a big crowd.
Yeah.
In a photograph.
The Stillwell family reunion.
Nice. Thank you for showing that full screen.
Yes. I figured it out. I thought depending on how you do the size when you input the photo in G2G, sometimes it'll cut it. So I'll do really quickly our 52 ancestors challenge, which was travel. I didn't really go through it, but I saw some nice pictures, so I wanted to show. Captain William Wheat traveled the seas, trading with the West Indies and South America. That's cute. My great uncle Dale Amelia Allison spent a great deal of time traveling. He was an officer in the Secret Service of the Army not long after World War I and during World War II. Dusty traveled all over the world. He sent home many items from various cultures. Some were war-related, knives, swords, and so on. Dale's niece was a doll collector. Almost every time he went somewhere, he would send her a doll from a country or region. That's cute. A nice photo, too.
It is.
Charles Troster, who began his traveling life on the river on a steamship. He was in the Civil War. He became president of the Red River Transportation Company.
Cool.
I guess traveled to California after the discovery of gold made me an all-American mutt. I am. As a third and fourth generation Californian, my great-great-grandparents or great-great-great-grandparents were travelers in the 1850s. They arrived here from Germany via New York and the Panama route. They were with an ox cart from Iowa. It reminds me of the Oregon Trail, the game that I played. I don't know. I just thought of that.
Ox cart from But she said they went through the Panama Canal. Or did they have their
Maybe maybe it was a different person.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Elisha
Elisha.
sample driver born in Indiana, traveled from Iowa. His wife arrived from Illinois via wagon. James Blanchard reached California from North Carolina, then Illinois.
Wow. So the whole family went out, but not all together.
Yeah, so I guess he's just saying how all of them got to California different ways. Then there was William Johnson, who arrived in 1853 from Ireland via St. Louis.
Wow.
The only liar was her grandfather, who arrived in New York in 1907 from Russia.
Aha.
And then there's a picture of Hannah.
Yeah. Nice. While she's pulling up the next one, I've got a question for the gang. How many big discoveries have you made since you've been self-isolating or quarantining? And we're going to continue this, but you guys come up with ideas and post them. We're going to talk about them.
So this, I'm also looking at photos for this one. Just this is a photo from great Grand Aunt Jeannie Parker's family. This is what you did in the summer if you lived in western Oklahoma and had the wherewithal to get out of the heat to travel to Colorado. This was considered a luxury travel by my maternal family. That looks fun.
Looks like camping to me.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
I have a number of ancestors who traveled. Great Grandma Huey, of many of her relatives were from Kentucky. And then his mom's dad immigrated to the U.S. from Austria-Hungary prior to World War I. This person traveled extensively, but where did they travel?
Aunt Maud. I wonder if it's on her
profile. Let's see. She moved with her family. She was born in Illinois, moved to Minnesota. She attended the University of Minnesota as well as the University of Southern California. She traveled extensively, including Europe, South America. In her biography for the 50th anniversary of her 1913 high school reunion, she wrote, "In 1958, we went to Europe over the pole, which was exciting, and visited France, Spain, and Portugal. In 1959, we did Holland, Germany, Austria, and Italy. In 1961, we went to England, Scotland, and Ireland. In 1962, we went to South America and the West Coast, crossed Chile, and up the East Coast, and we did some island hopping in the Caribbean. Now this fall to the Orient, and then we hope to see America." Wow.
Wow.
That is a lot of traveling.
That is a lot of traveling. Aunt Maud did a lot of traveling.
She did.
Morning, Rich. Morning, Greg. Welcome. You're looking for pictures, I can tell.
Or just something that grabs my eye. This one says, okay, here's a wild story of travel and adventure. John Peter Selling was a Powhatan immigrant who sailed with his family to Philadelphia on the ship Pennsylvania Merchant. They settled in Virginia. But his story gets much crazier. He wrote a manuscript in German of the story detailed below from memory. It was then translated to English and incorporated into the report entitled Report on the Back Settlements of Virginia, which the governor then forwarded to London in 1751. If his story was embellished, as many suspect, then he was likely responsible for that at quite an early date. His story has been repeated in many history books since that time. The story begins in 1742 when Sailing and 4 others left on an expedition to survey the western frontier lands for the governor of Virginia. During his journey, he was captured by natives who may have been confused by his German speech. As the story goes, he was taken by his captors on a lengthy journey as far west as the Mississippi River, during which time he had numerous interactions and adventures. Salling was eventually sold or transferred to French authorities, who imprisoned him in New Orleans. Salling finally escaped, making a circuitous journey back to his settlement in Augustus County, Virginia in May 1745, reportedly by way of Canada. Huh.
Well, if you're going to come to the Americas, Canada, I'm surprised you didn't check out Mexico too.
Traveled from Lieutenant Robert Dean traveled from England to India. Has anybody answered your question yet, Mags?
Not yet. Greg Clark did say that he's doing final editing today on his last virtual choir project. If you haven't seen some of his stuff, check it out on Facebook. But he hasn't gotten back into WikiTree Fun yet, but he's going to as soon as he's done with the choir thing and uploaded it.
Jay Wickham said that his grandma had, as my grandma used to say, this member of my family had ants in her pants and certainly qualifies as a traveler. Louise, that's a lot of names, known as Lottie Montal, was a late 19th, early 20th century French singer and stage performer in the opera comique style. I don't know if I said that right, but she toured the world with her own and other companies from a teenager up until her late 50s. Even after her retirement, she did not sit still. Although living in London, she had a daughter in France and another in the U.S. to visit. It has been quite a challenge to follow her around the world via the passenger list and immigration records. Yeah. Cool. Let's look at her profile. Oh, look at that!
Ooh. Check out that poster. That is a treasure. Can't get it no bigger.
No, it's as big as it is. Australia.
Nice.
Her Majesty's Opera House. Cool.
Yeah. That's a very, very fun treasure to have.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for sharing your photos, your stories, your everything. It's always fun to go through.
How many people have made huge discoveries because they're staying home and isolating or self-isolating or social distancing? Huge WikiTree discoveries. I actually had a lot of contributions last month because I was building a project, number one, but I wouldn't have been able to do that if I had not been home self-isolating, because I usually travel so much for my business that it's very hard. So I had lots of WikiTree. I got 1,000 badge last week. I'm very happy about that. I used to get them constantly because before I started my businesses, before the children flew the nest, I had time.
No, I've never actually gotten 1,000 badge. I've gotten really close, but I've never gotten the 1,000. Nah, I think I've stopped trying.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of stuff I do now is behind the scenes anyway.
Yeah.
So not really.
I don't really try to get 1,000, and when I got it, I was surprised. I was like, "Oh, yay!"
Oh, Azure has a story, an answer.
She connected her with her 93-year-old first cousin once removed, shared with her information about her family she didn't know about. Oh my gosh, that's great. Not because I'm staying home, but just a connection. Thank you, Azure.
Ooh, that's always nice.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And did she join WikiTree, or is she just checking it out because it's free and accessible? Azure. We'll wait for the lag. Oh, and Chris,
don't do that, Chris.
We're not going to mention that. I found a new DNA match and I talked to them. Cool. That's great, Chris.
Oh, that reminds me. I have to get in touch with my DNA matches.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
I know.
If they're on WikiTree, it'll be easier, but
I don't think they are.
Oh.
Chris, get them to join WikiTree. That's important.
Oh, cool.
Azure says her daughter's emailing with her.
That's so fun to be able to share information with a 93-year-old person. Imagine what joy that brought. Just imagine what joy that brought to that lady. Okay.
I don't have any.
I got nothing.
Yeah. We don't really have a project that we're going to talk about today. Unless anybody has any questions in general about WikiTree
We can
or
talk
any
about
other.
DNA if you want.
Talk about what?
DNA.
Mags always wants to talk about DNA. Okay, well, Azure says.
Go ahead, Sarah.
I was just gonna read what Azure said.
I know you were. That's why I said, "Oh wow."
But I sent them the links because they don't have pics of her father, grandfather, and great grandfather. But on the WikiTree page, there is photos. Ooh.
And she posted the link. The
Maybe
ID.
I can. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna.
And Isabel Racino says she signed 4 people up to the France project, and 3 of them are really French. Okay, that's fun and good. That's pretty unusual. Okay,
this is the profile that
Andrew Budd. There's one picture. You could just click on the images, but
yes.
I like it when people do them in line.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Bud Farm. A lot of census records pictures. Let's see.
That picture of the family.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that picture has been scanned because it looks like it was deteriorating. Oh, cool. Lots of stuff.
Lots of records.
There we go.
Just that one. Cool. Well, thanks, Azure, for sharing.
Thank you, Azure.
Oh, 1272. Okay, hold on. And Charles Ferrybud. Oh, look at that. Oh, look, they're twins. Twinsies.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a nice photo.
Boy, they have a definite look about them. Steamy, sultry look. I was looking at the next picture.
Oh, that one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, thank you very much. That was fun, Azure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we'll go.
Okay, if we have to.
Unless anybody else has some fun stuff to share. Her grandma's one of the twins.
No way. That's cool. So did you have twins? Doesn't it skip a generation?
I don't know.
Are you a twin, Azure?
Is there 2 Azures running around?
So Rich Devlin says, last night while I was working on my one-place study hometown, I found a Norwegian notable running a training post near my town. How cool is that? And the trading post would have a great impact on your little town too. So that would you would have to include that trading post in your one-place study.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess you need to make a new free space page for that training post.
Yep. There you go. We will have a good week, Greg. Oh, and Azure is not a twin.
Or she doesn't have it. She doesn't have twins. It could be a note for both of them.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're going to come back sometime.
Yeah, my parents were really scared that they were going to have twins because I think it's on both sides of the family. So they didn't.
My cousin, can I tell you a really funny story about my cousin?
Mm-hmm.
He had twins, and he's much younger than me. So his little twins were so cute. And one of the twins came running up to us in at a family reunion, which was always at the lake or it still is at the lake. But he came running up. He was tiny, and he came running up and he said, Daddy, I have to go to the bathroom. And Chris said, well, go ahead. It's right there. And he pointed, but he was pointing at the shelter where there was a bathroom. The kid turned around and peed at a tree. That's what I remember about the twins in our family.
And Rich said it's a trading post, not a training post. It's spell check.
Yeah, there's that autocorrect thing going on.
Okay.
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 High energy, high impact, high volume this morning.
Enjoy genealogy.
Have a good weekend. Continue to be safe and well, everybody.
Isabel's great-great-great-grandfather had 5 sets of twins.
Oh my gosh. That's like
10
people all at once. Boy.
A lot.
Just think having 5 toddlers. If they had a set of twins every year and a half or so, imagine the chaos in that house.
Hopefully they had them under control.
They had to empty the house out to childproof it. Just take everything out of the house.
Well, I want to. Do you have? Ooh, I want to see that profile. But next.
Come on, Isabel, give us a profile. Have you got a picture of all those twins? No.
Ooh, that would be fun.
That would be great.
That's a great. That might be. I don't know.
And if you had long generations, it'd be a long, long time ago. So let's see. That would be the 18. That could be.
I'm not even going to try to do that math. You good luck, Mags.
Yeah, I think you might. You could have like pictures of the children.
Older.
Yeah, the 4th grades. That would be like the 18.
Poor woman.
Poor woman.
Can you imagine 5 times having to push out 2 at a time?
I did not need that. I did not need that visual or that feeling. Thank you very much. I did not need that.
Sorry, Isabel. No disrespect to your great.
I think Isabel needs to. Are you the result of? I guess you're the result of one of those sets of twins, Isabel. Yeah.
Are there any other twins?
Or you? Maybe not. Oh my gosh! What if they had other children in between too?
Oh, Isabel doesn't have any pictures. Oh.
Surely they were in the local paper. Surely.
Oh yeah, there has to have been a newspaper article about it.
There has to have been something written about them.
1850s and 60s.
That would have been the first photograph was in 1826. So it could be that there's photographs of those children.
Tommy said twice the joy, 5 times.
Woo, 10. How many children total were in that family, Isabella?
She said she saw the picture of one of the twins as an old lady.
But we want pictures of the twins.
All 5 of them lined up.
All 5 of them. That is your homework assignment, Isabel.
Next time. We want to see it.
Yes, we do.
14 kids in all? Are you a result of one of the twins or no?
The poor parents. Oh my gosh. And that would have been all at the same time, not spread out over 20 years. Holy moly. We're waiting to find out, Isabel. We're waiting. We have to know if you're a result of one of the twins.
The neighbors must have thought she was a freak.
So were twins considered good luck? More hands on the farm?
Yeah, where was this too? Was this in
France.
Like the United States, in France, or I don't know, maybe it was one of her ancestors that was already here in America.
No, Isabel is French.
Well, I know, but I don't know when. I don't know. I guess it's true. Don't listen to me.
Her family wouldn't have been in America. That's my guess. We're showing our international. Okay.
I guess we can.
Although Isabel has been very, very entertaining.
Yeah.
Ooh, grandma, great grandma. What profile is that lady?
That's how I'm trying to.
Are you following her line back?
I don't know where to even start. It's the great.
Third grade.
Like,
It was
yeah, I
grade.
can't even look at that. What last name is that? She's a twin descendant. Yes, she's a twin descendant.
Good.
Is that good?
So that's what we were waiting to find out.
I know.
So does that mean you could have twins, Isabel? And they were from Flanders.
Oh.
It's in France.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking about the America thing. Just don't listen to me sometimes.
Flanders. They have there's a great poem about Flanders. In Flanders Fields. Written by a Canadian, I believe. All right. See, we're just sitting here waiting for Isabel to answer all the rest of our questions.
About her twin ancestors. Okay.
Are there people still watching us?
There's 10. They're probably just in the same amount of suspense as we are.
It's not finished on WikiTree, but she's looking it up.
Okay, next time, Isabel.
Which
I expect a full report. A full report. 10-page essay.
And full profiles ready for us to see next week.
That's what we'll do.
I'm writing it down on my little piece of paper.
That's going to be next week's feature. Isabel's 5 sets of twins.
And you better find a picture or just 5 sets of twins. We should put a medal on that woman's profile. Multiple birth woman.
I wonder what's the most amount of set of twins somebody's had. Maybe
that's a fascinating question.
I wonder if like Jamie or Lesh can come up with like an algorithm to see how many people have had kids at the same
on WikiTree. Yes. We could have a data doctor's suggestion.
Okay, I have a hope. Now we have homework for Lesh too.
Yeah. How many sets of twins on WikiTree?
Wiki twins.
Wiki twins. Boy, in my head, you almost gave me whiplash snapping my head up.
That was Tommy Bush said that.
What?
Check the Guinness Book of Record. We only care about what's on WikiTree, Chris. We don't care about the world.
Well, no, wait. You asked an open-ended question.
I know.
I'm just saying.
It's true.
Are Wiki twins.
Most amount of twins in a family.
Sarah and I have finally hit our morning groove, and it's time to leave.
In Russia, in 1707, she gave birth to 16 pairs of twins, 7 sets of triplets, and 4 sets of quadruplets.
Ooh, doggy.
I didn't even, where's the time?
But you know what? It only takes once to get those triplets.
And the quadruplets. 4 sets of quadruplets.
But the problem is the house. It's all of those toddlers at once. Yikes. Oh, and okay. I'm not going back to what you were very... No.
And those 1707. Wait. In 27 confinements, she gave 6. Yeah. Woo! In 1707 she lived to about 760.
She lived to what? 760?
About 60, 70. She was born in 1707 and died 1782. And she was from Russia.
So she's had the most multiple births of anyone ever.
It was the wife of Fyodor Vasiliev, a peasant. from Shuya, Russia.
And
So
that's
the
probably
most.
Vasilyevia, or Vasily. Now I can't say it. Vasilyeva. There we go. Vasilyeva.
And that was the greatest recorded number of children born to one mother is 69.
All I have to say is, ouch.
And that was at a time where you had to push them all out.
Oh, don't, Sarah.
Okay, I'm done. Okay, so until next time.
Never gonna let this one stand. It's gonna make us take it.
It's good facts. It's good things to know.
It is. Yeah. That's such a good thing to know about the.
Okay, guys, we should go before we go any further down.
Yeah, but we did hit our stride.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's time.
Yeah, see you guys next week.
We shall.